Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Franklin and Douglas, where we talk about current events and give you bad advice. I'm Franklin, and with me, as always, is my buddy Douglas. Double D, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you today?
I can't complain. Can't complain. It's
Good.
pretty nice out here. How was your week?
Well, my week so far. So, couple things. First off, uh, pumpkin spice latte season is upon us soon. And I, as an enjoyer of the pumpkin spice, it's not out quite yet at the different coffee shops around here, but
Mm,
the creamer is available at the grocery stores.
the creamer, right?
So I am currently enjoying an almond milk pumpkin spice concoction.
Wow, look at you.
I know. And
Okay.
the other thing is you kind of realize that you're old when certain things like bring you joy that it probably shouldn't. So where I live is a shared parking lot, and
hmm
they recently re-blacktopped the whole parking lot,
I'm sorry, they did what?
re-blacktopped it or like
Oh.
re-coated it. Yeah, shut up. So they basically like repaved it, and it is so smooth like butter and newly painted
Just like
lines.
the blacks.
Unfortunately, this does crack though. But
That's because they don't have no melanin.
right, but it is just it's just little things. You're like, ooh, when you're driving on it, no bumps. Like,
And brum, 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 brum. Okay.
right.
Okay.
So that's my week. How was yours?
But mine started off very interesting. So I'm getting some work done on my pearly whites here, right?
Mm.
And so my dentist set me up to go see, I guess, a shade technician that basically will color match my teeth, my crowns for my teeth, right?
Oh.
And so the dentist gave me his information, and I called him and made the appointment to go see him. And he gives me the address and everything, and so I'm like, all right, cool, see you then. And so I head out for my appointment, and I'm driving and I'm driving. I'm like, office seems to be in a residential area. I'm like, it's probably going to be popping up anytime soon, right? GPS rolls up and it's a house. And so I'm like, oh crap. I must have gone the wrong way or wrote the wrong address down. So I give him a call. And I'm like, hey, I think I wrote the wrong address down because I'm at a house. And he's like, oh yeah, that's it. You're right. You're correct. And
Oh.
I'm like, red flag. And so I'm like, okay. He was like, yeah, yeah. I'll come out, and come get you. And so first of all, he's got American flag hanging from his window. And so already I'm like, oh crap, here we go. And so he opens the doors and like a little old, older white man, probably, I guess he was probably in his 50s or so. I don't know. He looked a little older. And so I'm just like, okay, this is how it happens. This is where I get taken, I'm
Right.
like, me, I love my serial killers and my true crime, and I'm like, this is how it happens, walking into a stranger's house. And so I'm like, walks in and he, introduces himself to me, and I'm like, hey, hi, hi. And he closes the door, and I turn around and make sure, okay, is there a top lock? Is there a bottom lock? He is like, do all these locks, and so
Need to get
we
plan
start.
that method of
Yeah, I had
escape, you know?
yeah, I'm planning my exit. And
Right.
so, we're going to the back, and he takes me down this hallway all the way to the back in this room. Walk into this room, Douglas, it was full of teeth, just like
Uh
a mouth, just all the walls. And I'm like, "Oh, crap. This is it. I'm a goner." And so he puts on his rubber gloves, he puts on his mask. I'm like, yep, this is how I end up in the blue barrel and on an episode of Missing. And so he gets right in my personal space, right? And he starts digging all out and looking at my teeth. And then he takes his camera out and takes a picture. And I'm like, crap, here we go. I was like, my gut is telling me this is going to be bad.
it's for his
But
collection.
it is for his collection, right? And
Yeah.
so I'm like, well, I've seen all the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. I can get out of this. I can hit him with a Tom Cruise elbow and just be out of there. I can jump through the window. I'm out. I can get out of here. So, long story short, I got out of there obviously because I'm still here. But yeah, that was really kind of creepy. And I called my dentist right after I left, and I was like, you could have told me this was someone's house. She's like, oh, I thought I mentioned that. Yeah, no, you didn't. Uh,
They're
I
working
would
together
not.
on this.
Yeah, I was like, I would not have gone. And she was like, oh no, he's a great guy. I'm like, yeah, that's what they all say. So that's what they said about Jeffrey Dahmer. So, yeah, I made it out. But my my advice to everyone, bad advice, is always go into a stranger's home. And even if they, have pictures of teeth all mouths and teeth all on the walls, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be okay. But yeah, that was my start of my week. Pretty interesting and pretty fun. So I
Next thing
didn't
you know,
get
you
to.
wake up in a well with some guy
Yeah,
handing lotion to you down in a basket.
exactly.
Mm.
Talking about it. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Ah. Oh, so what current event do you have for me today, Douglas?
Well, I believe we are going to be talking about, since the Olympics has closed up at this point, that we're going to be talking about the Olympics, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had the closing, ceremonies where my man Tom Cruise jumped off a building or jumped off the something, a tower of some sort, as he always does, jumping off of
Some
something,
tower.
flying through something, suspending through something, hopped on a motorcycle, drove it through the airport, got on a plane, and then all of a sudden he was in the Hollywood sign and just like, ushering in the 2028 Olympics. As you know, I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan, and I love anything he does. So I really enjoyed that, but also enjoyed, both the women's and the men's basketball. I didn't know they actually both played France, which was awesome.
Oh,
And yeah, they both played France. And our boy Steph Curry went off on towards the end of the game and just was amazing as he always does. I mean, we're used to it, but the France announcers were so great. Oh, the Chef Curry. Oh, the devil. It was pretty great. But yeah, and then the women barely made it out. They won by 1 point.
oh, the women's basketball team.
Yes, the
Okay.
WNBA. They won by 1 point. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, that was pretty exciting. Closing Olympics and everything. And like I said before, the Americans did really pretty good, and it was a good time. So, how did you watch anything? Did you enjoy anything or no?
Absolutely not. I'm not a big Olympics person. I was more into the stories about people getting sick in the river or getting busted for buying
The
cocaine
cool,
or
yeah.
and what else happened? Some people got kicked out because they decided to explore Paris when they weren't allowed to leave the
Oh.
facilities or compound, what have you. Uh, but with the whole scandal, I mean, I don't think we're really going to touch on it with the whole breakdancing event that happened with Raygun and kind of the I don't know if it was scandal, but a lot of the chatter that has brought up on the internets. I decided to look ahead at the LA 2028 Olympics and just see, because I believe this was the first time breakdancing's ever been included. So, different Olympics, they can add sports or return certain events, what have you. So I decided to take a look at LA and see, what they were going to be bringing to the table. So the LA, their Olympics is going to be in 2028. The opening ceremony is going to be on July 14th for their Olympics. I believe it lasts about 2 weeks for them. Breakdancing will not be included this time. I know you're sad, shocked.
So yeah, I was preparing myself for the Olympics breakdancing. I feel like I can get gold, So
I
yeah,
think you could too.
yeah.
So, and this was not, so some people are saying that, the reason why it's not in LA is because of what happened with Raygun, but that's not true. This was decided in October of 2023.
Okay.
So they,
So how did it slip through to Paris then?
just to be different.
It's different.
Well, so looking ahead then, so what is going to return with LA is surfing, skateboarding, and sport climbing. Those are all going to return.
Okay.
What LA is going to bring though is cricket, which will be the first time it's been in the Olympics since 1900.
Cricket.
Yes, cricket.
Oh, okay.
I guess the English already kind of have like a not
Team put
heads up.
together. Is
Well,
Prince
they
Harry gonna join them?
I don't know. They already have a leg up because this is like their sport, cricket.
A
Um,
third leg?
depends on who it is.
Woo-hoo, Big Willie.
They're also going to be they're also going to be adding lacrosse, which has
Oh,
not been in Olympics for over a century.
nice. Lacrosse, cricket.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be
Okay.
bringing back baseball and softball, which was not at the Paris Olympics. They passed up on that, but LA will be bringing
Hey,
that back.
I wonder why they don't have like football, some sort of football Olympics.
Well, we're getting to that.
Oh, excuse me
We're
for
you
for
we're
rush for
foreshadowing.
jumping ahead. Oh.
And so they're also going to be introducing for the first time squash, not
Okay.
the vegetable.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say what kind? Buttersquash?
Do you know what squash is?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. Well, I did not, so I had to look it up because of the big sports enthusiast that I am. Uh, it's basically two people in a rectangular box with rackets, and they're banging the
Pounding,
yeah,
pounding the ball.
pounding the ball up against the wall.
Okay, I like it.
And then finally, what you were hoping for and looking for is they're going to be premiering for the first time flag football.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
I
So
think we can join that. I used to love playing flag football as a kid.
it sounds easy, but
Yeah,
I'm sure I would just get killed.
right. Uh-huh. That's awesome. Okay.
um,
That's exciting. Hopefully we're around in 2028 to see that.
well, I guess we'll find out. What's a little like flag football without some controversy, right?
Okay.
So there's already some drama starting with the flag
Mm,
football team.
tell me
So
about it.
so the USA already has a flag football team
Of
that
course they do.
you know plays in the World Series, etc. So what you're having though is you're having NFL players such as Jalen Hurt, who already had a commercial come out recently of Hurt lighting the Olympic torch while being named the Olympic football ambassador or flag football ambassador.
Okay.
So he doesn't play flag football; he plays regular NFL football.
Yes, he does.
So, and you have others like Patrick Mahomeboy has also made comments, and other big NFL stars about how they'd like to represent the U.S. for the flag football team.
I
Uh,
mean, why
mhm.
not?
Well,
I,
you have Daryl Doucette. His last name, if I mispronounce it, Doucette. He's currently the starting quarterback for the USA flag football team. And
oh,
he's,
there's actually a flag football team?
yes, I said that.
Oh, my bad.
So he is
Darn it.
calling out these NFL players who seem to assume that they're going to represent the US. And
Why
his
not? We have to win.
well, his thing is that they should try out because we already have a winning team with winning players on our flag football team. So
Really?
he,
Because I've never heard of them.
well, I think you need to get ESPN Ocho and watch it. S
Okay.
But his thing is like they should try out just like anyone else and not just be assumed that they're going to be able to jump in and play this game. And he brought up the other players that have worked hard and are actually professionals and have won or not won medals for this sport.
Oh,
So
okay.
so
Never knew
that's where
that.
he's coming from. I can absolutely see that. I mean, I agree.
Okay.
you should be able just to get into a sport just on name basis alone. I mean, I guess Steph Curry worked out for the football or basketball team, but you know, did he try out?
He doesn't have to try out. So all Steph Curry does is show up.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
That's great. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Again, I hope we're around in 2028 to see those Olympic Games in Los Angeles. Maybe we should go. That'd be fun.
Well, they're already, I mean, you
Selling
know,
tickets?
no. they're so LA is actually trying to make this a carless Olympics.
Mm.
And LA. I mean, I've been to LA. I'm sure you've been to LA. Like that's all it is cars and traffic.
I mean, I only go to Disneyland, so it's fine.
So so the residents are kind of,
Nervous?
yeah, nervous, agitated. LA was supposed to have some kind of railing deal, but that fell through. So instead, they bought like another fleet of buses. And so,
Ooh,
yeah, so the residents of LA, like their concerns are is like traffic's already bad there. It's already hard to get around there. And you're going to add
yeah.
in a ton of people who have no idea what they're doing or where they're going in LA.
I wonder if anybody during the Olympics can work from home because they can't get to work because of the freeways. I
I'm,
mean, if I was
yeah,
the boss, I'd be like, let's shut down. Forget
right,
it. You're not even
right.
gonna get here.
I
Can't even get
agree.
here.
I mean,
You
unfortunately,
know,
like your service workers don't have that luxury.
essential, essential workers are what we're called. Just so you know
Yeah,
that.
I totally agree with that as well. They won't have
Okay.
that luxury, but it'll definitely be interesting. I mean,
Okay.
they're not rebuilding or they're not building anything new for the Olympics. They're reusing their stadiums. I think the local college is going to turn into like the dorms for the Olympians and the training facilities. So
Oh, well, let's hope they have some better beds than they did in Paris. Those little
and
wooden
air
cots
conditioning.
and air conditioning. Exactly. Right. Maybe they should close Disneyland and let them all stay there. At the Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, Disney wants their money. They're not going to go with that.
They can get money. They can get their money
You got my
somehow.
money.
Bitch better have my money. Exactly.
So yeah,
Okay. That's pretty exciting. I like that. So yeah, like I say, hopefully we're around 2028.
yeah.
Woohoo! Okay. So have you looked up any advice people are looking for us to kind of comment on?
Yeah, we actually got a submission. So that's gonna be one of our
What?
questions. I know. And
Okay. Well,
as
first and
well.
foremost,
Yes.
we got to make sure that we, let everyone know that we are not professionals.
No.
Nor do we claim to be experts. But I think that, we have survived 2 for 1 night in the Castro.
Mm,
And I think that that gives us all the experience we need to kind of guide people through this tough thing called life. So go ahead and read off that submission and let's see what we have.
okay. So the submission that we had is from Tipadip83,
Oh,
and they
tip of the
write
tip.
in. So I'm getting a pedicure, and the guy doing my feet is kind of aggressive. Like he's
Mm.
pushing rather hard into the center of my foot and kind of staring at me. I'm trying to figure out if this is a weird kink and he wants to see my pain threshold, or is he just trying to fuck with me? He also spent 15 minutes rubbing on just one leg. Are my feet this messed up and I'm unaware?
Oh, first of all, um, foot fetish is a thing,
Is it?
and yes, it is. It's a big thing. I think, as you know, I don't even like my feet touched. So,
Oh, same.
um, uh, I'd go with it. You stare right back at him. You know,
Yes.
kind of push his head down, see where it goes. You
Oh
rub a little
no.
harder, just kind of, dead stare right at him. And did he ask, how's it feel? How rough do you like it? Can you take the pain? You know, just go back at him. It's like, that's good pressure. I like a little more.
I
I'm
think
just saying.
I think that what you need to do in this situation is to match their energy. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to look, like you said, look them right in the eye, and I
Look
want you
in
to
my
grab
eye.
their leg. And while they're rubbing your leg, you rub
You
theirs
rub
really
theirs.
hard and just keep eye
Okay.
contact the whole
And
time.
don't break eye contact. Just
Right.
like dead stare. You like that? You like that, don't you?
I
Right.
can take it. Can you?
Can you take it? I can take it.
I mean, you
Take
don't know. In the
all
end,
10 toes,
oh,
all of them.
and I mean, you don't know. They said it was a pedicure, so maybe at the end, like they'll tip you instead of you tipping them.
Exactly. I mean, it's a new thing of what do you call it? Happy ending. So you never know. But yeah, I would match the energy. I would, as they're rubbing that leg, grab the hand, grab the head, just look dead into their face and don't break eye contact.
Hmm.
It's, harder, faster.
Well, thank you, Tippidip, for that submission. We have a couple more here, but if you want to submit your question for our advice, please leave it in our socials. You can leave it in the comments, and
Yes.
you may have your question featured as well on the podcast.
Okay.
All
Got any
right,
more for us?
I
Any more?
do. Uh,
Okay.
so this one here kind of hits close to home. Uh, this one says "Coworker hates me" by a whale core lover. So whale core lover, which I love the name. They say hi. So I just started a new job a few months ago, and I feel so isolated. There's this coworker that evidently hates me. They would talk to everyone but me, and you could see it in their face how annoyed they are when I ask them a question. Other than that, they also don't include me in discussions and they don't update me when I needed to know something. It's tough because everyone knows they're my manager's favorite and they're actually pretty smart too. And I'm just new and still learning a bunch of stuff. To add to this, they have an attitude that they always have something bad to say about everyone. And I'm pretty sure that includes me too. I'm starting to have really bad anxiety since they've been in the company way longer than me, and they're pretty close to everyone there while I'm fairly new and barely know anyone. It's so tough. And then they also add a side note. I couldn't leave the company this soon as I have to stay for a while in order not to pay back their bonus. So their hiring bonus. So what
Why would
advice
you
do you have
give?
for whale core lover?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, don't let that jerk win. You're gonna stay. You're gonna smile in his face every single day. And again, just like with the pedicure, give him that eye contact. Don't break it. When he gives you snarky comment right back to them. You know,
Mm.
make them feel like a jerk. That they are in the meeting. When they are maybe talking crazy to you or whatever. Just kind of stop. Don't say anything. Let the room go silent, and basically just look. Hey, Brad, did you have something for all of us? Is there, just make it so super awkward that everybody is like looking at him like, oh wow, Brad, you're a jerk, man. You know, but no, don't give into it. And besides, it's work. You're not there to make friends. You're there to make money. And um, just go in, do your job. 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever it is. Go in there and do your job, and get out. Just make sure you're doing the right thing. That person doesn't want to help you. You know, don't worry about it. You help yourself first and foremost.
Hmm.
Okay. But yeah, people can be jerks, but there's ways that you can, turn it around on them and make them look like the asshole that they really are. And so, like I
Ooh.
say, just make sure that you're doing that each and every time they try to do something, call them out on it right then and there. So yeah, that's my advice for you.
Well, like I said, this is close to home because I am speaking from experience. I had a coworker who was a jerk, and I would page them to help me out, and they would say that they were on a ladder or whatever, and they would go hide behind a wall and pretend like they can't see me. So I totally.
We've gotten through that. Okay.
Oh, do you think that's about you? You think I'm talking about you? So,
Back up to the front end. We
so,
just opened.
so, what I would say is after work, take them to a bar, offer to be their designated driver, And when you drive them home, they're either going to confess their love for you or they're going to tell you secrets about all your coworkers. So, the next day they're going to wake up and be like, oh, they were pretty cool. They're my new BFF. Or they're going to be like, oh, I said too much. They're going to blackmail me now. In no time, you'll be top dog at that company.
I don't know. I think that is going to work out. I see a bright future in that one. Definitely, I think that definitely will work out for them. Yes.
All right.
Well, that's good. That was a couple of good ones. Yeah, keep those questions or whatever the coming so that we can definitely help you out the best way possible.
Mm-hmm.
All advice is bad advice, but you take it as you need it, right?
That's true.
Next week we got a full week. Next week starts the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. All
Oh,
right. It's going to be huge. This is where we're going to nominate Kamala Harris for president. So we're going to have a lot to talk about next week, and so make sure you keep abreast of all the things going on, and are watching the convention. All right, religiously, because there will be a quiz at the end of the week
for me or for the audience?
for you.
Oh, no.
Okay. So yeah, that's great. This is really good. It was good seeing you as always,
Yeah.
and keep it coming. Like I said, we'll see you all next week with another hot topic of current events and bad advice. Thank you again for watching, and have a great week. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.